Isaiah 11. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf, and the young lion, and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them, and the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of there. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into, tonight, rather, is let's go into a little prophecy, man. As prophecy unfolds, all right, because we are at a time now, where the devil, he's pushing out heavy enchantments, all right, where he has more division in the earth than ever, especially here in America. Okay, more confusion. All right, he has, a set of people, highly disappointed, spazzing out. Okay, and another, portion of the people, have this false hope. All right, and it's all leading, okay, to the same thing. All right, and this is going to be the devil attempting to establish a new world order. Okay, under the banner of technology, man. Okay, matter of fact, let me get this real technology. Let's see, get a couple of words. All right, and then I want to get this video that the brother GMS Watchman put up. All right, but we'll start with a prophecy. All right, GMS Watch. I meant to pull that up before. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot of talk around, the presidency, okay, of Donald Trump, okay, which like we always go into this man's spirit, creates a lot of division, okay, in the earth, as we see people, getting divorced. All right, now, people saying they're not going to come, gather for the holidays based on how people voted. And it's the same, division we see about the juice, except this one is more intense. Okay, because we're getting closer to that time. Now, let's start here with a precept, and then I got a few things I want to go into and play. Okay, as we see these things unfold, we just follow these things as they happen, as they unfold and report. Okay, now let's go here to Ezekiel 12:22. It says, "Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?" And you see our people, they don't have to verbalize, okay, that the prophecies are not happening, because Jake don't even understand prophecy. Okay, Jake, majority of our people don't even know what prophecy consists of. Okay, to them, the end of the world is the whole world just blowing up. Okay, they don't understand the steps leading to the second coming, the events leading to the second coming of Yahushua. Okay, but their actions, the way that they argue about things that don't matter, they so engulfed in folly and vanity. Okay, engulfed in being rebellious and wicked. They operate as if prophecy, is not a thing. Okay, as if what's written in the scriptures, all right, is something that has failed. Okay, well, this is, what's we are to tell the people, tell them, therefore, thus said the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease. Okay, and we're seeing these things unfold that's going to make this saying, okay, it's going to change, all right, the Jake's outlook when it comes to prophecy and the fear of the Lord. But for most of our people, it's going to be too late. Okay, and they're just going to have to deal with the Lord's wrath. It says, "And they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, all right, and the effect, okay, of every vision. The days are at hand, and the effect of every vision." Okay, so we're in the time where we're going to see, and people are going to feel the effect of every vision that's written in these scriptures, man. And we're seeing the stage being set for these things to happen. All right, now dealing with this guy, Donald J. Trump, okay, which, there's been a lot of talk about his appointees for his cabinet. And really, when you go into these presidential cabinets and their appointees, it tells the story of what, their regime is going to be about. Okay, because ultimately the elites, all right, will begin to surround, these presidents, okay, with people, that's pro their agenda. Okay, and these presidents be having handlers, man. You be thinking that these appointees within, what they call the shadow government or the deep state, okay, be of a higher rank than the president. Okay, these certain appointees that we see around the president, man, they be of a higher rank. Okay, and what these appointees be about pretty much paints the picture, okay, for what this regime is going to be about. Okay, with Biden, it was pretty much all about freaking out society, just being lewd as hell. And with Biden, he passed all those executive orders, okay, that allowed, children to destroy themselves, and, the pro, alphabet everything, pro trans everything, men, all right, a transform of men and women's sports. Okay, well, Trump, all right, what he's doing, because what these presidents do with these executive orders, they pretty much pass all these executive orders that piss off, okay, a certain population, okay, a certain demographic of the American population, okay, based on ideology. And then the next president to come in and undo all those executive orders. See, executive order doesn't have to go through Congress and the Senate like a regular bill will have to before it's a law. Executive orders can pass straight through. Okay. But the thing about executive order, the next president can come in and undo those executive order with his executive orders. Okay. So these different regimes that come in, they pass these executive orders that appease, one demographic of people, one ideology. Okay, the liberals, the what they call the free thinkers are pretty much the satanic, which all of it is satanic. All right, we just know the liberals are far more lewd. All right, they're far more lewd than everyone else. Okay, so you have a president come in and pass all these things that appease the liberals and piss off the more conservative okay Americans, and then you have Trump coming in, okay, and he's going to undo things. It's going to piss off the liberals and appease the more conservative, all right, population of America, and it's just creating a more intense divide. So even that, is playing into the hands of the elite, which they always use, divide and conquer. Okay, so even that's a play. Okay, and ultimately it's the Lord, all right, causing the division. All right, through the elites, through this puppet government. Okay, so I want to go into this. This is a redacted, and this is going just into a couple of the appointees of Donald, all right, Donald J. Trump. Okay, and these appointees, which there's things that's not official yet, but this is things that they say have leaked, and you see these things, it's interesting what these people are about. Okay, so let's play a portion of it. We'll get some precepts.
Well, if you were hoping a new Trump administration would put America first, you might be sorely disappointed this morning. Big trouble in Trump world. In fact, who's pulling his strings? Is it all the big money flowing in? Is that who's pulling his strings here? First, let me give you some of this news up front. This morning, Trump selected South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to lead the Department of Homeland Security. Now, this is an interesting choice. She is a bit of a steady, she's kind of like rock steady. You might see that as a positive sign. And she's been a longtime Trump supporter. So, okay, you've got that. You need loyalists around him, which is true. She's a rancher. She's a farmer, small business owner. She became famous, though, when she of course refused to put a statewide mask mandate in place. I was like, yeah, no, none of that craziness. But she also famously fabricated a story where she met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Of course, that didn't happen. And back in March, you'll remember, Noem also introduced a bill cracking down on criticism of Israel. What? Like in America, you can't criticize a foreign country? I criticize America all the time. We can't criticize Israel? Can't do that. Ensuring the security of God's chosen people was the name of it. Yeah, ensuring the security.
All right, so you see that ensuring the security of God's chosen people. Talking about those small hats. Okay, and the hypocrisy of these devils. Here it is. They get to run under the banner of God's chosen people, but do nothing that the Bible says do. Okay, and that's why the scriptures say, let's get that in Job real quick. Let's get a couple of precepts. But yeah, so this is going to pretty much be the woman, all right, Kristi Noem, all right, that they're speculating is going to be over ICE, all right, the deportation, and she's a demon, okay, for the small hats, okay, and as you see, they're going to run with that narrative that they're going to push. So prepare to see during this Trump campaign those small hats, still playing the victim. Okay, and everyone else is going to be demonized for even speaking against the wickedness that these small hats are doing in the earth, man. Okay, which the source of all wickedness in the planet Earth goes back to these small hats, and they love to try to run under the banner of God's chosen people when they do nothing that the Bible says. Okay, and no one else can claim any type of biblical nationality but them. Okay, and you're not going to see vocab, okay, anybody questioning their claim to be God's chosen people, and they're in the land, okay, and they're, actually deleting people behind this claim. Okay, destroying civilians, men, women, and children behind this claim at war. Okay, terrorizing. Okay, a region of the earth. Under the banner of God's chosen people. But there's, all these niggas on TikTok question the Hebrews and, Hebrew Israelites and, Eve saying leave and the Hebrew Israelites is a cult. But no one on earth is questioning these people and their claim to being God's chosen people when they fit nothing of the prophecies of the true people being back in the land. The fact that they're at war. Okay? So let's go here. Let's get this real quick. So that's one of his appointees. All right. So prepare, for at the end of the day, we know persecution is coming. All right. Eventually, devils, all right, they're going to demonize the prophets. All right, because that's the ultimate goal. All right, of these small hats. Okay, is to remove, truth. All right. But the purest form of the truth, okay, is coming from the prophets. Now, this is Joel 20:5. It says, the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite before a moment, man, because the devil is a damn hypocrite. Okay, here it is. He's going to accuse, people. He's gearing up to accuse everyone that speaks against these small hats as some type of hate speech or, a threat to public safety. But these people are actually destroying the earth, not just, through those small hats military, but the enchantments that this man pushes throughout the earth has made the earth completely destructive, man. Where people are people are under enchantment of self-destruction. Okay, through the music, through the media, okay, the corn industry, the internet, everyone, is pretty much, all right, everyone that we see, the masses are in the state of pure destruction and chaos, man. Okay, but if you speak against what this devil is doing, somehow you're the threat to the earth, man. This man is the biggest hypocrite, all right, to ever exist, man. Okay, but that moment, and the scriptures say, is almost up. All right, that moment that the devil, has the rule and the ability to do these things and accuse people is almost up. Okay, so let's let it play a little more. We'll get a few more things. All right.
Security of God's chosen people. Okay.
Shouldn't that be all of us?
Right. Like, no, it's just Israel. Israel's God's chosen people. So that's who will be your new Department of Homeland Security head up there from South Dakota. Again, we don't pull any punches on this show. I'm just giving you the facts. Okay. Anyway, she'll be in charge of ICE. And her main responsibility will be close the border along with border czar Tom Homan and get the 50 million illegal immigrants out of our country. Stop the spread of fentanyl into our country. So if she does that, I will applaud her wholeheartedly, despite her past transgressions.
Okay.
I will support her wholeheartedly if she secures our border, makes America safe, gets out the illegal immigrants in the United States, and doesn't go sideways. She listens to what Trump wants, follows his lead on this, and also listens to Tom Homan. Fine, we won't have any problems. Okay, now the really bad news. Trump hasn't confirmed this yet. To be clear, we haven't had confirmation yet from the Trump campaign. I've messaged a couple of people there on the Trump side. Haven't gotten any 100% on this yet, unless it's happened within the last 3 minutes and I haven't noticed it. So I apologize. But according to reports, Senator Marco Rubio will be the Secretary of State. Okay, now this is from the New York Times. Trump expected to name Marco Rubio, and then Elon Musk tweeted shortly after this kind of news came out, hey, don't believe anything. Don't believe the rumors until Trump confirms things on Truth Social. Okay, so I'm not going to believe it.
After which I backed off the cliff.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's back this up. But there've been some other troubling signs in the past few days with other choices. So I'm not backing off the cliff entirely. This would be a disaster. Putting Israel first, that would be Marco Rubio's plan. Warmonger.
Also, Ukraine first.
Yeah.
He is completely in the tank for continuing the war on Ukraine. He doesn't care who dies.
So he's a warmonger. He would be in charge of the State Department, means pushing us into war with Iran, Russia, China. This guy wants war in the worst way, and he's heavily funded in that way, of course, so that's why. By the way, Trump once said this about Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio is a total lightweight who I wouldn't hire to run one of my smaller companies, a highly overrated politician.
So you have Marco Rubio, all right, which is extremely pro-Iran, as Secretary of State. So all these top positions you see are going to pro-small hat. Okay, now they're going to go into a back and forth for Marco Rubio and Trump when they were supposedly at odds with each other, but now, okay, he's going to be, he's speculated to be a top guy, in Trump's cabinet. But that these appointments, a lot of these appointments come from up top. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it's about the agenda of the elite. Trump might get to do, a few things here and there. Okay? For the American people, for popularity's sake. All right? But ultimately, the priority, the thing that's going to take priority, okay, within this regime is going to be the agenda of the small hats. Okay? And if you got these, pro small hats right under the president, okay, expect to see a tough stance, when it comes to Iran, which is going to cause a harsh, because right now what we've been seeing, okay, with the back and forth between the small hats and Iran, which America has been helping the small hats, especially, with military aid, okay, and also, coordinating, certain attacks. But see, with Trump, they're going to want this devil, to go directly at Iran with U.S. military, okay, to be directly offensive against Iran, okay, which is going to take, all right, these conflicts that we see and these back and forth to another level, okay? So it's going to be interesting, man. We're just watching these things. I want to fast forward to Rubio. Because Rubio, he's gonna, I think it's this interview here. All right, and he's gonna tell you how he feels, okay, with Iran. So I'm gonna let this play.
War, is it necessary to be absolutely certain?
Antony Blinken, who just went to Brussels right now to try to get more money for Ukraine, because he's worried about Trump coming in. So they can set the agenda. They can set the authoritarian agenda. It's very, very troubling. And of course, let me remind you that Rubio was on the record multiple times about he's almost as bad as Lindsey Graham in wanting to go to war with Iran.
So if you don't get a deal, what's the alternative? Do we have to go to war? Is it necessary to be absolutely certain that they don't have a nuclear weapon or the capability to build one?
And I think that the best way to have achieved that is to leave in place both the unilateral sanctions and the international sanctions. You combine that with a very clear demarcation to the Iranian regime, and that is this: if you cross this threshold, you will face military action on the part of the United States. We don't want that to happen, but the risk of a nuclear Iran is so great that option must be on the table.
So if it came to that, that would be an option that you would actually
absolutely
consider and use.
And let me tell you why. If we don't do it, someone else will. The Saudis are not going to sit there and watch Iran build a Shia bomb without a Sunni bomb. The Israelis are not going to sit there and watch a regime that calls for their destruction develop the capability to do so. But again, we would hope to have avoided that point. by severely limiting and sanctioning Iran for its nuclear ambitions. And quite frankly, I think this deal could literally lead to increasing the prospects for war.
But what you're saying here, we cannot let Iran become a nuclear
Absolutely.
power, and we have to do whatever is necessary if that includes going to war
Absolutely.
with Iran.
By the way, if Iran
Absolutely.
Okay. First of all, he looks like a minifig. Second of all, he
okay, going all out to war. Okay, when you go into what a war hawk is a war hawk is a person who supports armed conflict or escalation of existing conflicts, which you have all these existing conflicts in effect now. Okay, rather than using nonviolent or diplomatic methods to resolve issues. War hawks are also known for believing that military engagement is the best way to address conflict or national security threats. Okay, and all this is doing is making those war drums that's already playing beat louder. Jeremiah 15:22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. All right. And he puts that war hawk, all right, as Secretary of State. Expect a more aggressive, offensive, military, okay, presence from America, man. Okay, because right now America, they've been helping and kind of downplay how they've been helping the small hats. Okay, but with this lineup, Trump, all right, and Rubio, you can expect, direct conflict, okay, between your Americas and Russia's. Okay, now what scale is it going to be on is yet to be seen, but that's just another level up in escalation of this war. Okay, so the stage is being set. This thing is unfolding, man. All right, so you have, this little chick, I forgot her name already, but the more we report about it, we'll get it. All right, but you got this chick here. Where's she at? Yeah, Kristi Noem, okay, who's all about the security of God's chosen people, those small hats. And then you have Rubio, okay, the war hawk, who's all about obliterating Iran. Okay, so the recipe for prophecy, the Most High is doing a mighty work in the earth, man, and all this plays in our favor. This is great. Okay, so let's go from there. Yeah, I'll say that. Let's segue from there, and let's get this. Okay, because let me see. We know, all right, that Nero was the first one, really to bring hell on Jake. All right, throughout the Roman Empire, then follow Yahushua. All right, now you go here. It says, how did Emperor Nero treat Christians during his reign? Okay, and it says, one of Emperor Nero's most famous acts, all right, was his persecution of the Christians. Well, this is speaking about Jake that followed Yahushua. All right, not no goddamn Kirk Franklin. None these goof ass niggas of today. All right, these was Israelites. Okay, they believed in Yahushua the Messiah. Okay, because Nero, he was emperor, about 20, maybe about 25, 30 years after the crucifixion of Yahushua. Okay, give or take. All right, so Yahushua had not been, left, all right, the scene not too long during this time of the persecution. Okay, which started like in 66, AD. Okay, it says that we are to believe the sources This was the first empire-wide attempt to suppress Christianity, which was still a young religious sect. Yeah, probably about, I'd say 25, 30 years old at the time. Okay. 2.5, 3 decades. All right, give and take. I have to, get the math on it, and come back with it. But it says, the exact math, but it says, which was still a young religious sect in the mid-1st century, yet in the eyes of the Roman authorities, Christianity, or the belief in Yahushua, threatened the established order and the pagan pantheon, all these false gods and idols, which this, all right, society is built around idolatry, okay, which the Bible condemns. Okay, it says, in addition, Nero had to appease the victims of the great fire of Rome, and the problematic Christians were excellent scapegoats. Okay, so this is what Nero is about, and the cabinet that Trump has around him will be all for this, man. Okay, the Hebrew Israelites replaced Christianity with what they call Hebrew Israelism. That's what vocab, calls it. That's what he categorized it, which we know he's just an agent set up. Okay, what they call black Hebrew Israelism. Replace Christianity with that, which we're not black, which we went over that several times, but they gonna run with that, for the sake of demonization. Okay, now remember what Trump said in the speech, all right, not too long ago, as we paint this picture, all right. Where is it? Oh, I think, hold on. Okay, yeah. So let's go here. Remember what Trump said in 2020. Okay. Now we know this was a shot. Now he's speaking, he's thinking about, people, was talking about certain, crises, that could have happened in the 70s and 80s. But we know, all right, who he's addressing ultimately. Okay, when he says these things. All right. So let's listen to this. Okay, as we constantly link, all right, Trump with Nero. Okay.
At this forum 2 years ago, I told you that we had launched the Great American Comeback. Today, I'm proud to declare that the United States is in the midst of an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen before. Today, I'm pleased to announce the United States will join 1 Trillion Trees Initiative, being launched here at the World Economic Forum. 1 trillion trees. And in doing so, we will continue to show strong leadership in restoring, growing, and better managing our trees and our forests. But to embrace the possibilities of tomorrow, we must reject the perennial prophets of doom and their predictions of the apocalypse. They are the heirs of yesterday's foolish fortune tellers, and I have them, and you have them, and we all have them. And they want to see us do badly, but we don't let that happen. They predicted an overpopulation crisis in the 1960s, mass starvation in the 70s, and an end of oil in the 1990s. These alarmists always demand the same thing: absolute power to dominate, transform, and control every aspect of our lives. We will never let radical socialists destroy our economy, wreck our country, or eradicate our liberty. America will always be the proud, strong, and unyielding bastion of freedom. In America, we understand what the pessimists refuse to see: that a growing and vibrant market economy focused on the future lifts the human spirit and excites creativity, strong enough to overcome any challenge by far.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope.
So you hear the pride, all right, that's on that devil. You know, the prophets of doom, you know, they that wish bad upon us. Okay. And we know exactly, you know, who he was speaking of. All right. And they'll say Trump, you know, he pretty much embodies the pump, okay, of Esau, Edom, you know, the ruling class. Okay. But we know their pride is going to be brought low. Okay. This is GMS Living Waters. It's me. Isaiah 13:11 says, I will punish the world for their evil. Okay. In this age, this society. All right. This age is about to be punished. Okay. And this is what we speak on, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, man. Okay, and pride is finna cease. You know, and I say Trump, he embodies that Edomite pride that dominates the earth. And think, you know, that they're above the judgment, think that they have, you know, found, you know, some type of escape route to maneuver around, all right, the punishment that's coming to the wicked, to this age, man. Okay, and that's why, hence, you know, he called us the prophet of doom, was who we are. Okay, we're telling you what's to come before it comes. All right, and and these puppets, okay, they're speaking the mind, all right, of these elites. Okay, so when you go here, because this is the mind of the elites real time. It says, let us, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doing. Okay, and this is what these devils have on the agenda. Okay, they have all these different snares and traps laid, you know, to incriminate us. They got these false camps doing this agent shit that they do under this agent leadership. Okay, your IUIC, Sakaris, and ISUPK, you know, Real Nigga University, and all this madness. Okay, these 501c3s, that's part of the trap. Okay, so they're setting up, you know, these things to, you know, demonize, all right, any speech against the small hats. And this is nothing but a trap, man. Okay, let their strength be in the law of what they call justice, man. You know, so they're forming, you know, they're going to put in writing, okay, all this legislation, all right, legislation that's going to, you know, criminate us for what we believe. Okay, therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offering, all right, offending of the law, and that's the law of the Most High. It's like we said, these devils run around as the banner of the chosen people, but they do nothing that the scriptures say. And they have the sovereignty to keep the law. They wouldn't be perfect in it, but they have the sovereignty to make the law the standard of the earth, which they don't. They make anti-Messiah the standard of the earth, the complete opposite, man. You know, and as we preach, they know that we are the only true opposition that's taking a hard stance to everything these devils doing. Okay, it says an objective to our infamy, which infamy goes to being famous for wickedness. Okay, and we're constantly bringing out the wickedness of these devils from the past, the present, and what they plan on doing, man. The transgressions of our education, yeah, because they bring out nothing but sin and wickedness in the masses, man. They glorify sin. This society is built to draw sin out of people, man. Okay, it says he professes to have the knowledge of the Most High. He called himself the child of the Lord. Okay, those saying that we're Hebrew Israelites, Yasha Allah, he prince of the power. Going into the scriptures, breaking these things down. Okay, professing the what? This truth, 100% truth. Okay, and this is how these devils are thinking real time as this thing unfolds. It says he was made to reprove our thoughts. You see? Because hey, we're two manner of people. Just as Esau is made to oppress us, we're made to reprove this devil and tell him off. Go into the gates of the noble, wave the hand. Okay, it says he is grievous even unto us to behold, for his life is not like other men's. Yeah, we're different than everyone else in this man's society. Because everyone else, okay, is in the spirit of the beast. Okay? They're enchanted. You see? So as we, come into this understanding, the Lord, the scriptures say the truth has set us free from the way of thinking of this society, man. Okay? So it says his ways are another fashion, and this has us, moving in another fashion. It says we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstained from my ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father. Okay? And that's every day. That's every count. Okay? And we do pronounce the end of the just. All right? The believers in Yahushua is going to be blessed. Okay? Hey, we have a victory in Yahushua, man, and we constantly confessing that, man. And this devil is against that. Okay? So we know that he's gearing up to go hard body. Okay? Because he's already, Trump is looked at as a hero. He saved the right from the left. Okay? Now, they're going to slither and make it seem as if they're saving everyone, okay, from the prophets of doom. Okay? It said, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the Son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of the enemies. Let us examine him with the despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Yeah, so these devils, they're pretty much hyping themselves up to go for it. It's like, look, we can't wait and play around with these guys anymore. We got to go hard body. And if they are the chosen people, okay, well, the Most High is with them. All right, he's going to have to show it. This is what the pride is on these devils, because they know we're the chosen people. Okay, their thing is, well, if the Most High is with them, okay, he going to have to show it. I'm finna go get them. And then the Lord just, hey, that's going to be them taking the bait. Okay, verse 21, it says, such things they did imagine and were deceived. So these devils are deceived and thinking like this, thinking about what they're going to do because they think they're going to have their way. Nah, man. The Lord says they imagine these things, but they're deceived. For their own wickedness have blinded them, man. And they so engulfed in their wickedness and their agenda and them thinking themselves to be in full control. Okay? That they don't understand when they make this move, it's over. Okay? When they make this move, things are going to speed up, as the scriptures say, man. Okay? So going here, 2nd Ezra 7. Okay? 2nd Ezra 7. And let's see. Jump down to the point. I think it's 40. All right. 2nd Ezra 7. And yep, the 2nd Ezra 7 and 43 says, but the day of doom, all right, shall be the end of this time, the end of this age. And these devils are done. Okay, Edom, Esau, you're done. It's over. Okay. And it's good that, these devils, have this pompous, from the elites, all right, down to the average Edomite. Because as you can see, little incidents where these devils, are becoming more emboldened. You know, these little everyday Edomites. All right, these Edomites at Target and Starbucks, they're becoming bold. You know, because that's the spirit of the nigga Trump, man. Okay, it's extremely pompous, man. Okay, it says in the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, and temperance is at the end, and infidelity, that unbelief is cut off, righteousness is grown, and that's what the Lord is dealing with, man. Righteousness is the new thing. Okay, that's what's finna take root in the earth, man. It says, and truth is sprung up. Okay, and truth has sprung up in the earth. All right, and it'll never be cut off. Okay, and this is what these devils want to do. A part of their NWO is cutting off truth. Okay, it said, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. Yeah, man. Okay, so there is no deliverance. Okay, for these devils, man. Okay, death and captivity. Okay, and for the hopeful elect, no one can oppress them from their victory, man. No matter what these devils imagine, the victory is already written. They're done. Okay, so let's go from there, and let's go here. We got another video. All right. So this is the brother GMS Watchman. Okay, segue to this. And this is another thing, all right, that Trump.
Just happened moments ago. Even more break.
So this is another thing that Trump is introducing, okay, to you American people. Okay, is Elon Musk. He's pretty much created a department. You know, Department of Transitions. Okay, with Elon Musk, he's a small player. Okay, a puppet, a face, a front man of the elites. All right, that's really pulling all these strings. Okay, so let's let this play real quick. You know, we'll discuss that. All right.
Breaking Trump transition news at this hour. President-elect Trump tapping Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead a, quote, Department of Government Efficiency. He's also confirmed just moments ago what we would have been reporting, that he will name South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to be Secretary of Homeland Security. NBC's Vaughn Hilliard joins us tonight now with the latest on all this. Vaughn, obviously the big news right now that just happened moments ago, Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy. What do we know about this new government agency, and how will it work?
Exactly. A lot has developed since the start of the show, Tom. For Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, this idea of the Department of Government Efficiency, number one, exactly how is it created? What does it actually look like? Is there a budget and a staff behind it? These details are very unclear. What I can tell you, though, is that Elon Musk, over the course of the last week, has been a consistent presence at Mar-a-Lago ever since Donald Trump's election. But even before Election Day, Elon Musk had been on the campaign trail on behalf of Donald Trump. And Elon Musk had talked about the fact that the U.S. annual federal budget is about $6 trillion. And he had been telling crowds that he would be able to cut $2 trillion out of the federal budget, which would be slashing it by 1/3 annually. And Donald Trump himself had echoed this on the campaign trail, saying that he would put Elon Musk in charge of government efficiency and bring him in his administration to do just that. And now, 1 week after his election, he is now promising to go forward with that campaign promise. And now when we're talking about $2 trillion out of the federal budget, we're talking about staggering numbers that Elon Musk, even himself, admitted would be causing hardships for Americans on the outset, but that it would be financially beneficial for the country in the long term. Of course, we're talking about the federal budget. You're talking about defense spending, immigration spending. You're talking about Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. There's no details that have been provided here at this time, but Donald Trump suggesting that the two men, Ramaswamy and Musk, will have until mid-2026 to figure this out and bring efficiency to the federal government. Again, very little details as to exactly what that means at this point in time.
You know, Vaughn, do you think, and I know you would be speculating here, but do you think Elon Musk and Vivek maybe are, I don't know if the word is disappointed, right? But they were such staunch supporters of President-elect Trump. And I know, Elon Musk spoke about this agency. This was a big thing for him. But for Vivek, I mean, weren't there other ideas and plans for him?
That was the question mark as to where Vivek Ramaswamy would potentially go. But though he was also in discussion as potentially an appointment to fill J.D. Vance's Ohio U.S. Senate seat. He's Ohio a resident himself. And so I think for Vivek Ramaswamy to actually be tied to the world's richest man, Elon Musk, it's not necessarily a bad gig, depending on exactly where it goes and how long of a leash that they have. But again, so much of the budget is going to also rely on lawmakers and the Republican majorities on Capitol Hill to sign off on said budget. So this is going to be complicated. An intense few months, I think we should expect in Washington, D.C.
All right, so what we see, all right, that Trump, okay, is introducing, okay, the American public to technocracy, okay. Elon Musk, is a tech guy, and as you've seen when the Democrat came in, who did they bring? They brought in, Gates, okay. They brought in doctors, unelected government officials. Those pretty much running the show. Okay, everyone got a taste of a technocracy, man. Okay, which when you go into the definition, it says the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts. Elon Musk represents a technical expert. Okay, as he pushes AI. Okay, he's all about AI. The Neuralink, the brain C-hip. Okay, the rocket engines. Most of the rockets that are launched. Okay, have his technology in it. Okay, so Trump is introducing you American people, all right, to technocrats, getting you used to technocrats having authority over the masses, man. Okay, they created a whole department for him, government efficiency. He just pulled the department out their ass. Okay, and he's the head. Okay, and he's just introducing you to technocracy, man, because that's where everything is going. So you have, the two pro small hat appointees, that speculated. All right, with the little chick Kristi Noem, okay, and Rubio, okay, and then you have this guy Elon Musk in the mix. All right, and I say Rubio is the war hawk. All right, so you got a pro small hat, a war hawk, and a tech guy. Okay, and it pretty much paints the picture of the agenda. All right, Trump is going to be on. Okay, and then you got this. That's just something I want to let y'all get into when you go into the peace sign. Okay, when you go into what they call the peace sign. Okay, now this is on Pinterest. All right, got to bring this out. And we end it with that precept. But you go to the peace sign. All right, so you go to the peace sign, the peace symbol. It says the peace symbol. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. I might. All right, it said the peace symbol, also known as the cross of Nero. Many people are not aware of the origins of this symbol or how it became to symbolize peace. This is a cross of Nero, all right, a broken and inverted cross enclosed in a circle which represents Nero's vision. Nero believed that the world would be, all right, that there would be world peace without Christianity. Thousands of Christians, and these are Israelites that followed Yahushua, were martyred under the rule of Nero This is what the peace symbol represents, regardless of what it means to you. Okay, so the upside down cross broken. Okay, and the circle representing the vision. Okay, of Nero, which is a Christian free world, pretty much a Yahweh free world. Okay, and this is the vision that these devils got, man. All right, in this anti-Messiah society. Okay, but at the end of the day, this is his end game. Job 5:12. He disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. So he's that vision, okay, of the earth, you know, being Yahweh free, okay, free of the Most High. All right, where they're able to call themselves the chosen, okay, with no rebuttal, or they're able to push their agendas with no kickback. Okay, and this is why they want to control the earth, all right, through technology, so they can have tabs, all right, down to your thoughts, man. All right, I say with Elon Musk, you know, which he goes into what that brain see here. All right, these devils want your spirit. Okay, but their enterprise is going to fail. Everything that they've done with their hands is going to fail, and they're going to be disappointed, and they're going to end up in captivity, a rigorous captivity, till they're done away with. Okay, so that's the point. You know, Lord will you brothers and you sisters are edified. Till the next time, say Shalom, Kwame Mashallah, Abab, Shalom, Shalom.